So Arizona literally beat Houston 3 times this season. I mean, that's got to mean something, right?
Did you just fart?
Whoa.
Oh, we got a toot on the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tag Team Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Tartaglione, joined with my brother, Johnny Tartaglione. And after a little hiatus, we went and spent some time down in the Caribbean island of Aruba. We're back.
Got a little tan, got a little sunburnt. Island time is in the past time. We're back, baby.
The liver's recovering.
No, it's not.
We've been sick, too.
We went out last night.
I know.
We
can talk about that at the end of the episode.
Yeah, that's a way.
We could talk about last night's.
But you know what, people? We have a bracket.
We do.
A March Madness bracket, and it's the best sports time of year. And I'm reminiscing a little bit because this is about the time we picked back up on the podcast last year, because the first couple episodes when we made our return was heavy on March Madness. And it's great because we got a shitload to talk about. Basketball is really heating up. I don't want to talk too much NBA, but NBA is coming down the stretch, getting close to playoffs. We're wrapping up NFL free agency, and we're getting into springtime, baby. We're getting into the
You're going to get us fucking copyrighted.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, whatever. Either way, we have a bracket, and I could not be more pumped.
I think everybody's excited. I mean, you see it. I sitting there. It was actually really challenging because the Players' Championship was finishing the same exact time that the bracket was coming out. So I had to go double TV screen. Shout out Cam Young for one of the players too, by the way. Immaculate, stone cold, 17th hole putt, incredible. Go watch it if you haven't. It was sick. I'm sitting there watching twofold, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta watch this putt for the win of the Players, and the East bracket's coming out as I'm doing it. So a little juggling on this Sunday. I know some of you, if you're golf fans, you probably had to do the same shit I did. It was not fun, but it's great to have a bracket now, and the picks are already flowing in.
Can I say one thing? I have beef with the bracket. Off the rip, many of you know I'm a St. John's fan. St. John's steamrolls the end of the Big East season. They had one hiccup with a loss to UConn coming down the stretch, but then they roll the end of the schedule. They win 18 out of their last 19 fucking games, roll the Big East tournament, steamroll UConn for a second time in the Big East championship. And what do they get rewarded with? A goddamn 5 seed. That is blasphemy from the committee. St. John's deserves better. I understand the reasoning that the committee could even maybe think that they don't deserve a 4, 3, or maybe even a 2 seed. I'm not going to go as high as a 2 seed.
You were saying 2 seed last night.
3, okay.
The words 2 seed came out of your mouths last night.
Is or is not St. John's one of the hottest teams in the country?
They are.
They are. Like I said, 18 out of 19. Now, the reason the committee
I'm just saying
were a bunch of shitbags, the committee was shitbags. They looked at the Big East. The Big East was 3-bid lead this year. They were soft. Usually they're 6 to 7, right? We got UConn, Villanova, and St. John's this year in the Big East. Everyone else was either mid or pure dog shit. So yes, that's a ding on St. John's. I'll say this though. They had one bad loss all year to Providence. That game sucked. So yes, you could ding them for that. Other than that, their quad 1 losses, they went 5-5 quad 1. They lost by 1 to Iowa State early. They lost a very close game to Alabama, which was their second game of the season. Not to mention, St. John's had a completely overhauled roster compared to last year. They hit the transfer portal hard. Their only returning player that played meaningful minutes from last year's team compared to this team was the best player in the Big East, Zuby Ejiofor. And like I said, all their quad 1 losses, they had 5 of them, were close, and they were very early in the year, minus the UConn game, which they got blown out. But you know what? They got the revenge in the Big East championship game. So just to compare it to Kansas, Kansas got a 4 seed. Kansas was 9-9 in quad 1. Yes, played in the Big 12. Probably a better conference than the Big East. But they're the biggest up-and-down team in the nation. You never know what you're getting from them. They lost a quad 2 game, and they went undefeated in quad 3, quad 4. So this is just comparisons. The other one I want to make is they are the same seed as Texas Tech. Texas Tech had a losing record in quad 1, being 7-9, and they had a quad 2 loss as well.
Also, so lost their best player, though.
But let's compare it to, let's say, who's another seed higher? Virginia. Virginia went 8-4 in quad 1. They made a little bit of a run in the ACC tournament. But they're a 3 seed compared to St. John's being a 5. I just think it's utter bullshit. It's also bullshit that UConn plays in the same fucking conference as St. John's. We beat them twice. Yes, UConn has 2 more quad 1 wins and 2 less quad 1 losses. How are they a 2 seed and we're a 5 seed and we beat the fuck out of them twice? Makes sense of that to me. And we won the Big East outright and won the Big East tournament. And we're 3 seeds lower than UConn. How does that work? What is the committee looking at?
They're looking at the schedule as a whole.
UConn had a quad 3 loss and a quad 2 loss.
They beat Florida as a 2 seed.
They beat Florida when Florida was not Florida. Florida was not Florida yet when they beat them. Right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, but they got smoked by St. John's twice. We beat them by double digits twice. 2 times.
I'm not here to say that St. John's shouldn't be a 5. They should very well be higher than a 5 seed. But here's the thing. You made the argument that Kansas should be a 5 and St. John's should be a 4.
I don't even really give a shit.
But I'm saying they can be flip-flop. It doesn't fucking matter.
I understand.
You win your first game, you're playing each other
in
the second round.
I understand. I'm just making cases as comparisons between teams. For a team that won 18 out of their last 19 in a Power 5 basketball conference, because the Big East is a Power 5 conference. They have been for a long time. Where's the love? Where's the respect for Rick Pitino's team? They were a 2 seed last year. This team might be better than last year's team. And we had a similar resume. And the conference last year in the Big East was, it was better last year. I understand that. But still, I don't understand it. The committee fucked this one up. And you know what? I hope this gives a little spark, a little fuck you in the Johnnies. And I just want to get to a game. I want to get through the round of 32 because last year was a nightmare. We lost to Arkansas.
Calipari.
Brutal game after a stellar year, but you know what? And I can't even make the comparison that this team's been here before, but they were there last year. Ejiofor has the experience. We'll see what happens. But if we can get to a Sweet 16 game against Duke and Pitino can walk out in the white suit, if we get a Sweet 16 with Pitino in the white suit against the Dukies, oh boy. Oh boy.
I mean, I'll tell you this. When it comes down to it,
I apologize for my rant. It's not a St. John's podcast. But
it's not a St. John's podcast, nor we haven't talked about any other matchups.
I understand.
But
I had to get my rant off. I had to get it off.
You got it
off. I had to.
You got it off quick. I'll tell you, this is the last point I'll make about St. John's. They got screwed because they have to go to California. That's bullshit.
Yeah, they have to go to California in the East.
Here's my biggest problem.
The committee are dickheads. Dickhead committee.
And I want to go through some of these matchups. We're not going to go through every single matchup because you guys can go look at the fucking bracket and tap your screens if you want to. But I do want to look at some matchups that stand out to me where I think there's some potential upsets and why this bracket is very heavily favored in the East for being the dominant conference. So let's start there. Let's start in the East. I know we're already in there, but the fact that the top 6 seeds in the East are Duke, UConn, Michigan State, Kansas, St. John's, and Louisville.
Loaded.
Loaded.
Not to mention UCLA at number 7. UCLA was on a
Ohio State, TCU.
Yeah, but listen, UCLA down the stretch beat Illinois, beat Nebraska, beat Michigan State, beat a pretty solid Southern Cal team, and lost a close game to Purdue, who ended up winning the Big Ten championship. UCLA's been streaky all year, but they've won what? They won 6 out of their last 8, 7 out of their last 9 coming down the stretch. So watch out for UCLA too at the 7th seed. They can make a little noise, and that might be it. UCF is a good team. UCF is a good squad at the 10th seed. That's going to be a great 7-10 matchup. I would say I haven't looked at any spreads yet, and that's going to be a close spread. But either one of those teams is going to be a tough matchup for UConn in the second round. So that's something to look at the bottom of the bracket. I know you mentioned the top 6 teams, but this is a loaded bracket, really all throughout.
The East
is absolutely. And I will say, once you get to 8 or 9, the teams fall off a little bit. There's not any I don't think you're seeing the 13-4 upset, the 14-3 upset as much. I'm not going to mention the 12-5 because, like I said, St. John's is sitting at the 5. We're not going to talk about Northern Iowa. But I don't think there is as much upset potential in this bracket until we get to the round of 32.
The East feels very chalk to me.
For the first round.
Yes, but I'm saying it feels chalk to me, which is we've all been there. We very well know.
South Florida, very good squad though against Louisville. You never know. I mean, like I said, it's just a very in UCF against UCLA. Like I said, those are some upsets that I could see happening. I just don't see any of the 15-2s, the 14-3s is kind of the point I'm getting.
The 12-5s.
Don't mention the 12. We're leaving the 12 Pies
I'm just
out
saying.
of the conversation because that's everybody's favorite pick. And you know what? I will say this. The last couple of years, everyone's searching for the 12-5. It's like the biggest upset that everybody's looking
Usually
for.
one of them.
No, I was about to say the last couple of years, I don't really think we've seen the 12-5.
McNeese last year, no?
Oh,
They
yeah,
were 12 seed.
McNeese did whoop that ass last
Yeah.
year, didn't they? Damn, you're right. Okay, well, Duke is obviously the top overall seed in this side of the bracket. They're the favorites to win it all. They lost 2 key players, but the Boozer twins are looking fucking good. That's a deep squad, and we'll see what happens. We'll see who comes out of the East. And a little bit later on, we're going to get to some picks. We got a little bracket between us. We'll explain the rules here when we get down the line after we finish going through it. So, if you do like an upset pick, what is your upset pick in this side of the bracket? If you had to pick one.
In the East?
Yeah.
In general? I personally like South Florida over Louisville.
Yeah, that would be my pick. Or if you consider the 10-7 an upset, I mean UCLA UCF is going to be a really good game. I think that's really the only one that I would look at though. I think I'm in the same boat as you. South Florida played really well down the
St.
stretch.
John's is going to mollywop Northern Iowa.
Can we just not say
Not even going to
you're
be
an
close.
asshole because when you sign, seal, and deliver shit,
I
have something I got to say later on this podcast. I'm going to bank that in the back of my head. You're an asshole. Don't say dog shit about my teams ever on this podcast. You're a Florida fan. You want to sign, seal, and deliver Florida right now?
To where?
To get into the Elite Eight.
We're not there yet.
Exactly.
We're not.
Okay.
We haven't talked
All
about
right.
Florida yet. We're gonna
We'll wrap-
We're gonna talk about Florida.
All right.
You are so. You're fucking jumping in this. You're jumping.
No, I'm just getting aggravated because you
You're
want to come
getting
out
way
and you
ahead
want to
of
sign,
yourself.
seal,
Slow-
deliver St. John's in the first round.
Slow it. I did not sign, seal, deliver.
You
It's
just
slow
said
down.
they're going to mollywop
They're gonna
Northern
mollywop.
Iowa. They open as 9.5-point favorites.
They're gonna mollywop. That's a cover. That's a St. John's 9.5 bet in my slip. Mollywop. I don't see how North Dakota State upsets Michigan State. No chance that happens. Furman, no shot they beat UConn. I mean, Siena, they're going to get shout out GMAC, but Siena's going to get freaking mollywop by them.
Obviously. I'm not making comments about any of these besides
South
that.
Florida is where I see Louisville could be going now.
I think Duke's going to cover that spread easy. Duke
What is it, 29.5?
27.5.
Ooh.
Duke's covering that.
I love betting one seeds. One seeds, the cover is the best.
No, it's the worst.
So my East bracket upset pick is going to be South Florida over Louisville.
Okay.
That's going to be it. What about you? You're staying with
I think I'm going to join you, South Florida over Louisville. I think I'll pick that in a couple of my brackets when I'm filling them out. And I think the way we have to approach this is if you're in a bracket in which you're either playing for bragging rights over your boys or you're playing, throw $5-10 in there, group, 20 people fill out a bracket, winner takes all.
I never win those things.
That could be a potential upset I'm picking. That's how I kind of view these things. If I got money on the line in one of these brackets, where am I statistically picking my upsets? Because that's how you win these brackets. It's basically the people that pick the right upsets in the first round, in the first 2 rounds, and then pick the correct chalk teams that actually end up in the Elite Eight in the Final Four.
Yeah.
That's the ticket to success in these.
All right.
I never do that. I'm fucking dog shit. I always pick bullshit picks, and what do you know? I'm always the guy who's in dead last, and all my teams are eliminated by the Sweet 16.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the West because there's things I see here.
I got an upset pick here.
This is very interesting. I mean, bracket not as loaded as the East, but there's definitely some big potential upsets. Like the one I look at is High Point over Wisconsin.
I think everybody's got that. They got that one. They got the white dude, sharpshooter.
Yeah.
High Point was
as they said it in the selection show, high octane offense.
Yeah, they're averaging like 90 points a game, which
Absurd.
is absolutely outrageous. So Wisconsin better be on the lookout there. Wisconsin is one of those teams where you saw during the season they beat Quad. They had a win against Michigan, right? But then they lose. I can't remember.
Wisconsin handed Michigan
particularly.
their first loss of the season.
Yeah, they were their first loss of the season, but then they lost some really bad games. Like they lost to Oregon. Oregon was dog shit. They got smoked by Ohio State, who was in the tournament. They lost to Indiana, who didn't make the tournament. So I feel like Wisconsin is just, when you catch them on the right night, they could be a top 3 seed.
The fact that Wisconsin's the same seed as St. John's is what feels wrong to me when it comes down to it. Because you're telling me in a St. John's Wisconsin matchup, St. John's is not favored by 6.5.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer
Wisconsin's
to that.
not as good of a team.
The biggest difference is that St. John's won their conference tournament, which obviously doesn't mean shit anymore. I think if Wisconsin...
It doesn't mean shit anymore. Look at Purdue. They got all the way up to a 2 seed because they won the Big Ten.
But I'm saying across different conferences, if Wisconsin ended up beating Michigan and didn't lose on the buzzer beater, and then they win the conference tournament today, where's Wisconsin? They're probably a 3 seed.
Probably.
Right? So
how are you going to say that the conference tournaments mean shit?
I'm saying
that. How are you going to make that statement?
And mention that they saw that the Big East had a down year, so they're punishing St. John's for that. They are. That's the only explanation for that. Like you said, Purdue jumped up to a 2 when they were probably a 4 or a 3 at best. But then St. John's is a 5. Like that just doesn't make sense. It's not fluid across
the committee's not valuing the Big East as much as they're valuing the Big East.
Which is fair. Which I could
fair to an extent.
To an extent, yes. Okay, enough about St. John's.
All right, High Point over Wisconsin, my upset pick.
That's also my upset pick.
I think we also see the biggest mollywop in the 8-9 in this matchup. Villanova is going to get destroyed.
I wouldn't say that.
Utah State is
going to
smoke them.
Why is Utah State in the 8-9 game every year?
Every year.
Every year, Utah State is there. That's a lock.
Put
it in next year. 2027, March Madness. Let's give it up. Utah State, welcome to the 8-9 matchup.
But I'll tell you this. We're talking about teams that are always in the 8-9 matchup. St. Mary's. Always in the...
They're usually 7-10.
I'm saying always in the 7-10 matchup. It's like those are the guarantees.
St. Mary's has been a 5 seed before, though. What does St. Mary's get this year? Are they 7?
They're a 7.
Okay, but still. Utah State is just that team where it's literally like... Who am I picking in this game? It's literally a coin flip. And it's always a team, it's always a 50-50 game with Utah State. I don't know how to explain it. I just know what I've come to expect over the last 7 years. Utah is in the 8-9 game, or they're maybe sneaking into the 7-10. I think they've made the tournament 4 years in a row now, I believe was the stat. So we'll see. I think Villanova is a very well-rounded team. They just got the shit kicked out of them in games that mattered this year. So we'll see how that game fares out. I actually think Villanova is going to come out of that game victorious.
What?
I think they're a little bit better than an 8 seed. I do.
You're just Big East homer.
I'm not a Big. I hate Villanova. Villanova's Philly. I can't stand that. I just think they're. I watched them play this year a couple games against St. John's and in the Big East in general. They can't hang with St. John's. They hung with UConn a couple times. So
I'll tell you this. Here's my thing about this West. This is the first 1 seed that I think I could see upset. Utah State going to the Sweet 16. I really think that if we're going to
Arizona's nasty.
If we're going to pick anything we can, yes, Arizona's nasty. But we're talking about out of all 4 1 seeds, the way we sit right now, the team that I could see being upset the most is Arizona.
I don't know. They started off the year 23-0, man. They finished the season with 2 losses. They rolled. I don't want to say they rolled Houston to the Big 12 tournament title, but they were up big and then ended up closing the game out. I mean, that means something. Houston's a great squad, and did Arizona not beat them all 3 times this year? I know they beat them. Who were Arizona's 2 losses to? They lost to Kansas and they lost to Texas Tech. So back-to-back games. So Arizona literally beat Houston 3 times this season. I mean, that's got to mean something, right?
Did you just fart?
Whoa.
Oh, we got a toot on the podcast.
Toot.
But
am I reading that right? Or they only beat them twice? No, I think they beat Houston 3 times now.
You got the schedule up. It's only twice.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? But listen, the Big 12 was a loaded conference this year, and for them to have the 2 losses back to back, they went through a little bit of a stint. But I mean, for them to roll against Iowa State, BYU. Lost a close game to Kansas and then lost to Texas Tech in overtime. I mean, this is a solid, well-rounded squad. They very much had a chance to be the top overall seed. It's just Duke had a better down-the-stretch play than Arizona did. But I don't know, man. This is a really good squad. I don't really see an upset happening there.
No. I mean...
You just said yes.
No, I'm saying no, but I'm talking about... Do I think Arizona's going to go to the Sweet 16? Yes. I'm talking about out of all the 1 seeds, the team that has the most potential to be upset in the second round is Arizona. That's all I was saying. That was the point I was trying to make. I was not trying to say if I had to pick right now, I'd still pick Arizona to go to the Sweet 16. I'm probably going to in a lot of my brackets. Maybe one of them I'll throw out a Utah State flyer. But I'll tell you this, knowing my luck, fucking Villanova's going to win in the first round, and then I'm already my brackets are.
What I think I want to move further down the bracket. I think one of the more interesting potential second-round matchups if both these teams hold strong is BYU Gonzaga. Because A.J. DeBonsa, potential top 3 overall pick in the NBA draft next season, led the nation in scoring. I think he was at like 25-plus points a game. For them to go up against a solid Gonzaga team who's stout defensively, can score the basketball, it's going to just be a fun kind of West Coast game to see who moves on to the Sweet 16. It's kind of cool to see BYU, a top 6 seed in the nation.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Here's the thing about BYU. I don't know if they get out of the first round. And I'll tell you this is my biggest beef with the selection committee. They very heavily underseeded NC State. NC State should have not been an 11. They should have been a 9.
They played Texas right in the play-in.
Texas. And do you remember their game earlier this year? It was 102 to 97. Straight scoring fest. An absolutely fun game to watch. So when it comes down to it, they lost that game to Texas. The committee said it today that they don't like to repeat matchups with teams who have faced in the regular season. But this is the first 4. It's Dayton. Going to do what you got to do. It's definitely the game I'm most excited to watch in the first 4. I think NC State should have been a 10. I think they should have been a 9. I think this was a bad seeding. But you got to look at the way they ended their season. Stinkers. They lost every game but 2 of their last.
Good counting.
They lost 2. They went 2-7 to finish the year. Can't do that.
No, I mean that's
and expect to fall all the way.
They hung on for dear life getting into the dance.
Yes. So I mean, when you look at it prospectively, yes, NC State tough end of the year, but this is a good squad, man. This is a good team, and I really think that Will Wade's done a great job with this team this year. I saw them play this year in Raleigh when I used to live there. I went and watched their games. They're a good squad. So watch out if they beat Texas, which I'm again. Heinous on the committee for putting these 2 teams together in the first 4. I hate it. It's going to be a great matchup.
Who are you taking out, though, is the question. Who's getting removed from the bracket that you're putting NC State in when they've lost 7 out of their last 9 games?
Probably put Missouri. I'd probably put Missouri in that first 4 matchup. Like, Missouri-Texas would be great. I know they don't want to do a conference game, but Missouri-Texas would be a great first-round game there. I just think that NC State should have been a 10 or a 9. In my personal opinion. Yeah,
and not when you lose 7 out of your last 9 games. I'm sorry. In college basketball, you got to put the teams in who are hot down the stretch, who are playing good ball, because that's who you want to see in the tournament. You don't want to see teams that are on a massive skid rolling into the tournament unless they had such a hot start to the year. You know what I'm saying? And I understand NC State's got a solid squad, good coach, but you got to finish the season strong. You got to make the push when it matters. And if you are sliding down the stretch, at least make a run in the conference tournament. And they didn't even do that.
Yeah, well, Paul McDermott, Kadir Copeland did not play good down the stretch. And I love Kadir Copeland. He used to go to Syracuse, great player, but gotta win down the stretch. You're right. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I think Texas or NC State has a good chance to beat BYU in the first round.
I don't know.
And I also think that first 4 matchup is.
I think
is
in college basketball, and I can't. It's not really been proven from years past. But I think when you just have a dude who can go out and get you the bucket when you need it, that's who DeBonsa is, that's going to make all the difference, especially in a tight game down the stretch. If you have a shot maker that is NBA ready, who could go out there and create his own shot and get you that bucket, I think that's going to go a long way in these crunch time games.
I don't disagree with you at all.
So I think they have that it factor on that squad. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be a good prenup the pre-up to his NBA career.
All right, you want to talk about the Midwest or the South?
Let's go South because Florida getting the 1 seed in the South. I have a future on the Gators. I'll go ahead and say it. Got them at plus 1,000. They were probably one of the hottest teams down the stretch of this season. They were struggling early in the year, had 6 losses early on. Nothing was reminiscent of that championship game or team last year. And then they just turned it on, man. They started shooting the 3-ball better. The team came together offensively. They were just putting up points. You would blink and they would go, they would be down to up 15. And then a real weird one against Vanderbilt, getting absolutely smoked in the SEC tournament.
It was almost like somebody cut a chain on a fucking bike. It was like
very weird game. Now, Vanderbilt did have a very good SEC tournament. They made a run for themselves, falling just short against Arkansas today. But still, for them to lose by 17 is slightly concerning, but it's almost like, hey, it's a little bit of a wake-up call because they had been rolling so much, I don't want to say it's a good loss, but maybe it's like a, hey, wake the fuck up loss.
I think it's a hey, wake the fuck up loss, and I'm happy about it. I'm okay with it. We still got the 1 seed. We're still in position. We won the SEC regular championship. I mean,
in a down SEC year. I say it's a down SEC year, and they still had 10 teams get in. They were 10 team bid, but they weren't as it's not as many dominant teams as it usually is. I think it's solid throughout. There's a lot of good teams, not like a bunch of holy shit we got to play. You know, it's not the Alabama from 2 years ago. It's not the Kentucky from several years ago. So
I'm just thinking. Here's my nerves when it comes to Florida. We don't have Walter Clayton Jr. anymore. Think about last year's tournament run. How many big shots that dude fucking.
That's what I said. You have to have that it guy. This is back to my point, like BYU. If you have that it guy, the guy who can get you the bucket,
and if Thomas Hall can become Walter Clayton Jr. this year, I really think we got a shot at making it.
Walter Clayton Jr. turned into like Steph Curry. I mean, he was. I mean,
every big three he took,
it was bucketing. It was water. It was wet as fuck.
He pulled up. You're like, it's in.
It's in. And that's why they won. They won because of him last year. But if Florida wins their first round matchup, I'm not going to say anything because we've seen it twice before. They're going to get the winner of an Iowa-Clemson matchup. Iowa, pretty solid team, and Clemson was ranked very highly for most of the year. They got smoked by Duke in the ACC tournament.
But they smoked NC State, they smoked UNC.
Clemson is a solid basketball squad, man. And if you catch them on the right night and they're making their threes, I don't know. That could be an interesting 1-8 matchup. I'm pulling for Florida. I got money on Florida. I will root for Florida until they play St. John's.
I'm not going to be a pussy like you. Florida's going to roll. You're soft.
That's not me being a pussy.
Oh, yeah. It's you being soft. Not confident in your team.
It is not me being a pussy at all. It was me being pissed off that you are guaranteeing victories for other people's teams. I'm fucking tired of that shit. I'm fucking tired of it. You do not. You have no ground to do that.
I do.
You know you have.
I have a mouth.
For what reason?
I have a mouth. I have the First Amendment. I have free will.
How many times have you fucked over one of our friends' teams, one of my teams?
Who gives a fuck about who? Then don't give a fuck about what I think.
You're the reason they lose. You're the jinx.
Yes, I'm the 100%.
You are.
I'm the 100% the
you
reason.
are. You are. If you don't say shit, maybe the
Lions
win the division.
The Lions winning the division this year. That's on the Lions.
I'm pretty sure you talked.
It's my fault. The Detroit Lions didn't win the NFC.
Your fault. Just take responsibility.
How many people out there said the Lions are going to win the NFC? Is it not their fault? Why is it my fault?
You have no ground to sign, seal, and deliver anything. That's all I'm saying. None. Zero. So
St. John's is going to the Sweet 16.
Okay. Good. I hope they do. And I hope Florida rolls. So, all right.
McNeese Vanderbilt. We think
that's a fun game.
That's
a fun game.
McNeese Ara. I mean, they got their most prominent player on the team is not even the equipment guy, which is funny.
Oh yeah, he's back after last year.
Well, he went to NC State. The credits didn't transfer, so now he had to go back to McNeese.
I hope McNeese gives Vanderbilt a run for their money. Vanderbilt just pisses me off because Diego Pavia, and not even the same sport. Just fuck Vanderbilt. Just fuck Vanderbilt.
Did you just use Diego Pavia to say fuck Vanderbilt?
Yeah, fuck Vanderbilt. I don't care. Like I said, it's not relative. Fuck Vanderbilt. Whatever. McNeese. Let's go McNeese. We'll be picking them in the bracket out of spite.
Out of pure spite.
Out of spite. Yep. Nebraska. Right. Nebraska making a tournament appearance. How about that?
They got to win the big one. Never won a game in a tournament.
Never. And they're a 4 seed. Outstanding year. Outstanding year from the Huskers. They get a first round matchup with Troy. And I don't know. I really don't. I don't know much about Troy. I'm not going to say anything. I'm excited.
This is the one I refuse to say that Nebraska's going to roll. I'm not doing it because it's just I can't do that.
They opened as 15.5-point favorites. The line's down to 13.5.
I can't. All I'm saying is that I cannot talk about Nebraska because if I talk about Nebraska and something happens, I may not be on this podcast anymore because I'll get some hate. I do want to say this. This is their best opportunity. This is the nicest way I can put it. This is their best opportunity to ever win a tournament game. They should win this game.
I think it's a great opportunity, honestly, to get to a Sweet 16 because they have this matchup with Troy. If they can get past that, they're going to get the winner of that Vanderbilt-McNeese game.
And if it's McNeese.
And Vanderbilt, like I said, SEC, good conference, not as deep, not as strong as it was. I think Vanderbilt only got a 5 seed because they played well in the SEC tournament. They got to the championship game. They're very very beatable, though. Very beatable team.
Here's the thing, though. When it comes down to bracket picks this year, we look at people who are going to be selecting brackets. I think McNeese is going to be picked more than Vanderbilt is. I really do.
I think it just feeds into that 12-5.
I know.
It's like crack addicts. Like, they got to have it.
They gotta have
and people got to have 12-5s.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're fiending for it. And they
But this is, in my opinion, this is going to be the most picked 12-5 upset.
I think High Point is.
High Point could be too.
High Point is, yeah.
That's the one I think is going to be the actual upset that happens.
I don't know. But we're all probably wrong, and all the 5 seeds are probably going to win.
This whole podcast is us looking stupid for 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to speculate. I mean, that's what makes March Madness so great.
I will be rooting for Nebraska.
I'll be rooting for the Huskers.
Until they have to play Florida.
Let's hope the Trojans don't fuck them.
Troy Trojans, yeah.
Yeah.
Wrap up, Nebraska.
Yeah,
Strap it up on D. Let's go.
They use directs.
One thing I have to say out of this side of the bracket, North Carolina getting the 6th seed without their best player. Caleb Wilson out for the tournament, which really sucks. He's a lottery pick in the NBA, and to not see him in the tournament sucks because he's the reason Chapel Hill is a 6th seed. They very well could lose in that first round to VCU.
The committee chair said that they could have been up to a 3 seed if Caleb Wilson was in the game.
If Caleb Wilson, I mean, this is a completely different Chapel Hill team without Caleb Wilson. He's their whole offense. He's that NBA guy. He's that AJ DeBounce for this Chapel Hill team. So I think for them to get a 6th seed is about what they deserve. I think they're going to lose in the first round to VCU. VCU winning their conference tournament. Was the game today?
It was today. Dayton
played Dayton.
It was either the committee chair said Dayton would have been if VCU had won or if they had won,
and
vice versa. So whoever won that game
it was the A-10, right?
Out.
Yep. Yes. So Penn, Illinois, getting in on that buzzer beater against Yale to send the game to OT and then overall winning. Illinois is on my shit list.
The guy on Penn put up 44 points.
Illinois is on my shit list. Wow. I don't care because I bet them twice this year, and they absolutely just wiped my fucking ass cheeks. It was that game where UCLA got the ball with 4 seconds left, and Illinois just stood around like they were fucking engraved in Pompeii, didn't move, and UCLA got the game-winning layup. And then I bet them again against Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament, and they absolutely just shit their sheets. So Illinois, ban list. Penn will cover that game.
22.5.
They will. They will cover.
22.
There's your St. Mary's as the 7-10 matchup against Texas A&M. That'll be a good one. And then Houston. Houston's so due, man.
They have such a good path.
Houston is so due.
They either got Texas A&M or St. Mary's in the second round, and then they got VCU, Illinois, or UNC.
If Houston does not get to the Elite Eight, disappointing. They're the best defensive team in the country. They're the most experienced team coming off a national championship appearance. Great coach in Calvin Sampson. If not this year, then when? If not this year, then when? This is the most open field.
And here's the thing. They're in the bracket where they could potentially have a chance to win the region with a matchup against the team they played in the national championship last year. Could see Houston, Florida in the Elite Eight.
Which would be awesome. It'd be a
national championship rematch. Which also made me kind of happy because nobody ever wants to see the same final, like the same national championship back-to-back years.
Is that ever happened?
And this guarantees that. I don't know.
I don't think so.
You have to go back and look at it. But I'm saying it guarantees, them being in this bracket guarantees we won't have a repeat national championship of last year. Which, good on the committee for that. That's probably one of the first things they do on the list is make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, Houston, very good team. Very well could see them in the Elite Eight. Maybe the Final Four. We can talk about that in a minute when we do our predictions.
All right.
Midwest.
The SEC field bracket.
Hey, legit, it should be the
Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky.
It should be the southeastern bracket.
They just stuck all the damn SEC teams here, apparently. 4 of the 10. So Michigan getting the number 1 seed, well deserved. They had an outstanding year.
Bad game today
against Purdue, but I guess you can have a slip up every once in a while.
It's same as Florida. Better to lose now, in my opinion.
No shit, asshole. Better to lose now than in the actual tournament. Yeah, no shit. Well, what is that comment?
I'm just saying
it might have been a wake the fuck up loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think they're going to steamroll whoever they play in the second round between Georgia and St. Louis.
St. Louis getting a 9 is crazy, but they're good. I don't know much about them, but they're good.
So how do you know they're good?
Because the guys were gassing them up on the
And
selection
if
show
they're
today.
good, why are they underdogs to Georgia in the first round? They're underdogs.
Georgia's an SEC team.
I don't think that means shit.
Being an SEC team doesn't mean shit.
No, I'm just saying.
Put that in.
When has Georgia basketball done anything relevant?
When has St. John's basketball done anything relevant?
That's not. There's no comparison there at all.
You're shitting on Georgia.
I'm shitting on Georgia because they have never done anything good.
All right.
You're gassing up St. Louis. Why are you gassing up St. Louis? You gotta be telling me a player on their team.
Yeah, I couldn't.
We're not college basketball experts by any means, but damn.
The people were gassing up St. Louis.
It's an 8-9 matchup. It's a coin flip in your bracket. You're not picking anybody for any
The Pelicans.
specific
The
reason.
Pelicans is a great mascot too.
Jesus. Who's the first four playing for this bracket? Because that winner's going to play Tennessee.
Yeah.
Very weird Tennessee team this year. I bet on them a couple times
It's
too.
SMU, Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio. By the way, the committee chair said today that they were guaranteed to be in, no matter what.
That's not the case. I guess their first four in, but
But I'm saying they were guaranteed to be in the tournament, like at least have a chance to play. Like they were the first pick out of the four, out of SMU. NC
well, when
State,
you go
Texas, they were
31
highest.
and 1, I understand this was the biggest debate ever. Oh, Miami of Ohio, they won 31 games, but they played absolutely nobody. I understand that you played absolutely nobody, but to go 31 and 1, man, I mean that is so hard to do. You don't win 31 games by just pulling shit out of your ass. It doesn't happen. You have to be a well-rounded, fundamental, solidly coached basketball team.
SMU's going to kick their shit.
That's fine. You could have that take, and I guess that's why the committee put him in the first four in instead
Well,
of
the
taking
thing is,
an automatic bid.
it sucks that we don't get to pick it because doesn't matter.
Yeah, I understand, but it's just like
I will be betting this game though, highly. This is my favorite first four in a while, a couple years. I love this game. I think 7.5. The 7.5 point dogs.
yeah. I mean,
7.5.
they won 31 games. I think that's got to stand for something. I think the committee did the right thing because they're not taking away an automatic bid for a team that if they lost 2 games, they would have definitely been out. If they won every game, they would have definitely been in because they obviously would have won their conference championship. So I don't know. That'll be an interesting matchup.
SMU very similar to NC State in that they had a really shit end of the year, but I definitely do think that they deserve to be in over the Oklahomas and the Indianas of college basketball.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. So Virginia at the 3 seed against Wright State. Iowa State was really good in the Big 12 this year. I think they can make a run. Iowa State is a team that can definitely make a run to the final.
They were number 2 in the country at one point this year.
They were, and they had a tough little stretch too, but they had a lot of big wins in that conference. I'm pulling this up now. I wanted to say something about Iowa State. They lost that game. They lost to Arizona in the Big 12 tournament, and they lost by 2 points, and that was a shame because they were up pretty big the whole game and ended up giving.
Oh, you bet it. They lost on a buzzer beater.
I know I bet it, but
lost it. You bet Arizona minus 2.5.
I know I did. That's why I wanted to bring up Iowa State. They backdoor covered me, but they were up. They were up big. And that's why I said in the middle of the game that Arizona was going to end up winning this game by 2, and it's going to be all for shit. But Iowa State beat Houston. They beat Kansas. So they've been in these big games. I think these Big 12 teams are something to watch out for because that conference was freaking loaded this year.
It was a fun conference to watch.
A lot of good games. A lot of teams that had a lot of really good stretches and then, some shit stretches. So, I don't know. We'll see. And then teams like Alabama, Kentucky, high-octane offense, bringing back that high point. But, yeah, I mean, this is kind of a weird bracket because I think it's a lot of, solid teams, but not anything that jumps out on the page.
Do you know anything about Santa Clara?
I don't know shit.
I don't know shit about Santa Clara until today. All of a sudden, the 10 seed, the guys are looking hype, and they got Kentucky, and people were saying that this could be one of the most picked 10-7 upsets.
There's always a nice 10-7 game in there.
But I don't know shit about Santa Clara.
I don't know shit either. I know it's in California. That's about all I know. That's why the tournament's so great, though, is that you get to know some of these schools that you don't know shit about.
Nothing.
Also, UMBC back in the tournament. So, fun little mix. They're in the first 4 against Howard. Howard's always a 16 seed. That's another one. They're like Utah State. Howard's always the 16 in the plan. And then Lehigh back
I wish they would have put
As
him
many
in
of you know, C.J. McCollum, years ago, 15-2 against Duke. So
I really wish they would have put him. I wish they would have been a 16 this year and been Duke.
So, do we want to pick just like a quick? Well, we're gonna do a game. So we are gonna pick. 4 teams?
4 teams.
We're each gonna pick 4 teams, one from each side of the bracket to advance to the Sweet 16, and we're gonna have a point system, and we'll keep track of it. But it's gonna be based off of seeds. So if you pick a 1 through 4 seed to go to the Sweet 16 in that bracket, that's going to be 1 point. If you pick a 5 through 9, that's going to be worth 2 points because they would have had to have beaten a seed that was higher than them.
They would have had to have upset.
Then we're going to do 10 through 13 for 3 points, and then anything higher than a 13 seed to advance to the Sweet 16 will be 5 points. So we're going to keep track. This will go through all of next weekend because by the next time we record, we will have the Sweet 16 matchups
bracket set.
Yes. So I will let you have the first pick. We'll go region by region. And then before the tournament starts at the end of this, we'll each just pick Final Four and a champion. Just for shits and gigs.
Just for shits and gigs.
So.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. Let's start with the East.
St. John's.
God damn it, man. I'm glad you're picking it and I'm not picking it. Because
2 points.
Yeah, that's a 2-pointer. That's good. People aren't going to like this, but I'm going to do it. Michigan State.
Okay.
1 point to get to the Sweet 16.
1 point.
I like that one. Michigan State's been really good all year. Obviously, Tom Izzo has made a tournament, 26 seasons in a row. They've been there. They've done that. They can get to the Sweet 16. Win 2 games from Michigan State. Give me a point. All right, let's go to the West.
You pick first this time.
Give me BYU, dude. I've been talking it up. AJ DeBonson. Give me the 2-pointer. Give me the 2-pointer.
2-pointer. He's going for it. Huge.
That's a 2-pointer. Yep. There's another pick I really
High
like
point.
in there.
3 points.
High point for 3 points. Wow. Mm-hmm. So you would like high point. Arkansas is a dangerous team, man. Arkansas
won the SEC.
Yeah, I would pick Arkansas if I did not pick BYU.
I'm going high point.
Okay.
Going for 3 points.
All right. We didn't even talk about Arkansas. They got one of the best scorers in the country. He's another high draft pick. And John Calipari, been in the tournament, lost a bunch of tournament games, but got to the Sweet 16 last year.
Got to the Sweet 16.
And with a better team this year, so you never know. All right. Who's your team in the South?
Florida.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, I would have definitely guessed that. Give me the chalk here. Give me Houston. Give me my point because they're not going to lose to St. Mary's, Texas A&M, and they're definitely not going to lose to whoever comes out between Chapel Hill, VCU, Illinois, and Penn.
Put a clip mark on that.
Yeah, go ahead and clip that, Peyton. Put it out there. They're not getting to this.
Are you signing, sealing, delivering?
I'm signing, sealing, and delivering Houston. Nobody in our circle gives a goddamn fuck about Houston, so I will sign, seal, and deliver that.
All right.
Midwest.
Your pick.
Midwest, my pick, man.
You're no fun. You're going all 1s and 2s, no 3-pointer.
I know. I'm going all chalk city, man.
You're a straight chalk. You're just going for safety.
No, I'm ones that, yeah, but that's what I like though. We're asking about what I like.
But the thing is, the point system is going to switch because when we get to the Sweet 16, it'll probably be 1s and 2 seeds or 1 point, 3s and 4s or 2 points. We'll let them know the point system will explain it.
All right, fine. Give me Tennessee then. Give me Tennessee.
2 points?
2 points.
All
Take
right.
another 2-pointer.
So how many potential points do you have?
I have 6.
6 potential points.
6 potential points.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm going to go Iowa State.
So you're chalk too. So what's
I'm
your...
not chalk. I have Iowa State.
1 point. You got
high
a 3-pointer.
High point.
So
3
4.
points.
Florida.
1 point.
5 point.
St. John's. 7 points. Possible.
7 points possible. Okay, so you're talking shit about me being chalk, and you're
I took a
chalk
3-pointer.
less by 1 point. Congrats on the 3-pointer to get to the Sweet 16's ballsy, by the way. So, all right, let's roll through it real quick.
12 seeds make the Sweet 16 all the time.
Okay, that's fair.
Only 2 games.
That's fair. Listen, hope for the best. All right, let's pick our Final Fours in our national champion before we get to the stink bomb of the week.
Okay.
You go first. Pick your Final Four.
Out of the East, I'm going Duke, Blue Devils.
Fair.
Out of the South, I'm going to go Houston. Out of the Midwest, I'm going to go Iowa State.
So you're not even picking Florida to get to the Final Four?
Nope. I'm not doing it. And then out of the West, we're going to go with Gonzaga.
No.
Gonzaga, Iowa State, Duke, Houston. It's my Final Four.
Give me St. John's because I have to. I can't not pick my own team, right? Even though you just fucking jerked it off and didn't even take your own team.
I didn't take my own team.
Give me St. John's, Florida.
Imagine St. John's and Florida playing in the Final Four.
St. John's.
We'd have to go to the game.
I have to go. St. John's, Florida, Arkansas.
Okay.
We'll mix it up.
All right.
Arkansas, and just give me Michigan. I think Michigan's going to roll to the Final Four.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I hate to say it.
National championship. I'm going Iowa State, Duke. And Duke's going to win it all.
Give me Florida. Give me Florida, Arkansas, Florida. Give it to me.
Run it back.
Run it back. Just because my future.
First back-to-back national champion since UCLA.
Give it to me, baby.
I love it. I'm not mad at you about it at all.
Give it to me.
I'm not going to complain.
Give me my future, baby. Come on.
I'm not going to say you're. I'm not going to say
it's March, baby.
I'm not going to say you're jinxing it because I'm a nice guy and I understand that you're picking a good team.
No, it's not that I'm jinxing it. I'm not signing, sealing, and delivering. That's the problem.
You're
working for USPS over here.
Have
sign, seal, and delivering.
You have U.S. currency on the Florida Gators. Real U.S. currency.
Yeah, but I'm dog shit.
Words are not worth as much as money is.
But that's not me guaranteeing anything.
It's not, but I'm just saying. You're putting your own money on it.
Yeah, it was good odds. Good odds.
I'm not getting mad at you about it. You're getting mad at me for sign, seal, and deliver. Tell me I'm a piece of shit.
I never called you.
Fine, you want me to say this? Michigan State's going to get upset in the first round. Nebraska's going to get upset in the first round. St. John's is going to lose to Northern Iowa.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is that you don't have to come out and be so firm with your predictions. That's all.
You want me to half-ass it?
You want somebody
without a confidence.
Just say, I think St. John's going to win the first round. You don't have to say, St. John's is going to fucking steamroll. You don't have to say, oh yeah, sign, seal, and deliver, getting to blank.
I'm not a wuss. I don't teeter-totter the fence.
That's fine. Call me a pussy. Call me what you want. I don't care.
I'm not calling you a pussy.
It doesn't bother me. Not at all. All right. Cool. Well, I hope everyone has fun filling out their brackets. Enjoy the best sports tournament of the year. One of the best sports times of the year. We're through winter almost. We're into spring. Enjoy it. Take it on. Get the brackets. Get your bracket busters in there. And let's go, baby. Let's have a march.
We're fucking here.
Let's have a march.
All right. Stink bomb.
Lead us off.
Mine's quick and easy. Somebody threw up in my car last night.
Oh, yeah. You know who you are.
You know who you are. I'm at the bar, which, by the way, my brother didn't drink 18 DDs. We go to this party last night, somebody's birthday party. He kindly asked to drive my car home. I said, okay.
Kindly asked? Bullshit. Bullshit. You were more than happy to have him drive your car home so you didn't have to go pick it up today.
I would have gone to pick it up today.
But, were you or were you not more than happy for him to drive your car home?
I just said it. And so
you said, that's not what you said.
Car ride to take home.
Yeah. That's not how you phrased it. You phrased it as he offered to take it home.
All right. The guy who puked in my car made the punch last night at the party we went to. It was devious. It was so strong. I was so hungover this morning. I don't party like that anymore. I try to say I don't party like that. I was so hungover. I took a nap today. It was bad. I've been in bed all day and I came down here to film this. Puked in my car. I wasn't even in the car. I was in the line at the bar, and Rocco, our brother, texted me and was like, "Yo, Jake just threw up in your car."
Nothing's worse than a car puke.
A
car puke is brutal.
Beat.
That's bad. We're talking a lot of shit, but a car puke.
This is the second time my car's been puked in.
That's a bad thing.
This is the second time, and the person who's listening to this I know they're listening to this. It was their girlfriend threw up in my car. Twice now my car's been puked in. The back seat and the passenger seat.
Yeah, you got to put down plastic.
I think I got to sell the car.
That might be it. That might be it for me.
That
might be it.
I'm getting it detailed on your birthday. So hopefully, because I know I'm going to
You're getting your car detailed in the middle of pollen season?
Dude. I've had 2 pukes in there in the last 6 months.
2 pukes is crazy.
And not my own. It's not like I threw up in my car.
I've been in a situation.
Other people threw up in my car.
I've been in an Uber before where we had a puke. But it was on the side of the car. Wild. On the side of the car, not on the outside of the car. So do you get the ding? I don't think you should get the thing.
Both of mine have been inside the car.
Puke outside of the car, good.
Fine. I'm okay with it.
Puke inside of the car.
Not only inside the door, in the cup holder, and on my seats. And I have cloth seats.
Yeah, the cloth seats is outrageous.
Outrageous.
That's brutality.
It's still staying in the back seat, and the front seat is done.
Listen, for the people listening to this, if you got a puke and you're in a car, you got it. Everyone knows themselves. If you're in a puke situation, you gotta just do it before. You gotta just pull the trigger, get it out, just shove the fingers down the throat and get it done. It doesn't matter if you're in a public setting, if you're in a private setting, just meander on out, get to a private area and just get it out. It's way better than the car puke. That's my advice.
It's bad. Twice. My car has now been thrown up in twice.
Yeah.
Both alcohol related.
And that's the worst part. You can understand a car puke that's not alcohol related.
Yeah.
If something just happens.
If you get super nauseous or eat some food poisoning or you're sick, you got the flu.
A little understandable.
But because you're too drunk, brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I'm offering to use my vehicle to transport you from point A to point B. Just keep it in.
It happens. Listen, at the end of the day, you clean it up, you get it right. It's all love. It's all love in this podcast.
This segment is called Stink Bomb. It's not called Love Bomb.
You're right.
All right?
You're right.
That premieres on fucking Peacock in 2 months.
Yeah, I don't know about
Love
that.
Island.
But yeah. All right. My stink bomb is kind of relative to yours. I do get hangovers. The hangovers are twice as bad. I turn 27 next week. I turn 27 next week. That's god-awful. 27 is fucking awful.
You're
That's old. 27 is old.
You're on.
I'm T-minus 3 years from 30, which is...
You're closer.
Anyways, the hangovers get worse. So last night at the bar, for some reason, I still think it's a good idea to drink every single alcohol, and I don't understand that. But when I get ripping, I get rolling. PJ last night, I don't know why I drink PJ at age 26. Don't ask me.
We all are drinking it.
And you know what? I'm having a Darty next week. What's it going to be? That's going to be PJ.
It's back.
So PJ is back, and it's not a private jet. It's fucking party juice. So I go from the PJ, and then I get a little vodka going.
You had a margarita at dinner.
I had a margarita at dinner. That's right. Thank you for bringing that up. I go margarita, then I go a little PJ, then I go a little vodka. I get to the bar. I'm back on the tequila. I got a tequila and I got a vodka in my hand at the same. I was courteous.
Me and you bought your fiance a drink at the same time.
Thought I bought my fiance a drink. Turns out my brother's buying her a drink across the bar. So what am I doing? I'm stuck with the tequila, stuck with the vodka. What do? I fucking rip them both, because who am I to throw the drink out? I'm not throwing the drink out.
It's a $12 drink.
Yeah. What's blasphemous to me is me drinking that tequila fucked me way harder than throwing away the $10. But what do I choose to do in the moment? Tequila, down the hatch. I like to drink with Johnny because Johnny is my mate. Because when I drink with Johnny, he gets it down at 8, 7, 6, and there I am with the tequila. And what happens? I wake up this morning, it feels like someone's shooting metal bullets into my head. Oh, and I ended my night with the brewski.
Oh, yeah, you had a brew.
I had a brew in my hand, a little fucking beer. So I woke up this morning, and oh my God, the pressure through my veins, through my head, was absolutely bonkers. It was one of the worst headaches I've had. It was a migraine. It was a legitimate migraine.
I went no Advil today.
I went Advil. I don't ever take anything. I went triple Advil.
Triple Advil?
Oh, yeah, I popped 3 of them things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bad.
That's bad.
I made it through the day. We're good. We're here. We're filming the podcast. We got a bracket. I'm cured now. But it was nightmare fuel for a bit.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. But we're here. We have a bracket.
We're washed.
It's the middle of March.
Pollen season's here.
Pollen is full.
I'm sure that'll be my steak bomb next week.
Oh, 1,000%. No, well, we got a Darty next week, so we'll see. Birthday Darty.
You know what's crazy, too? It's birthday Darty with March Madness on.
With late St. Pat's Day.
We're going to have to bring a TV outside.
Oh, 1,000%.
Maybe 2.
1,000. 1,000,000%. The TV's on deck. Bring one over.
Projector?
Yep. Absolutely. So, all right. Cool. Well, everyone, again, enjoy March Madness. Enjoy it.
Best time of the year.
Thursday and Friday, best 2 sports days of the year.
Yeah.
So, Soak it in.
Makes work go by a whole lot faster.
Soak it in. Don't pay attention to work that day. Enjoy the basketball,
Yep.
people. Enjoy the basketball. And stay tuned for next week. We'll have the results of our Pickems. We'll move it on through the Final Four. We'll probably come up with a punishment because we're fucking idiots. But let's go, baby. Let's go. We're here.
Let's do it. All right.
So, all right, everyone. Stay tuned for next week. Thanks for tuning in. Also, go USA Baseball, baby. We're in the semis for the World Baseball
USA.
Classic. Let's go USA. Let's bring it home. We're actually playing as we speak right now, Sunday night, I think, right? Well, you know, if ESPN would just have it right up front.
Did you just fart again?
You heard that?
You
World
just
Baseball
farted.
Classic.
You just farted again.
I had
Yeah, it's middle of the first.
middle of the first, playing the DR. What a game. We're going to go tune into that. I'm going to go watch the Knicks. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for next week.
Peace.